Hello.
What is going on, everybody? Captain Namco here alongside with Mr. Meow's YouTube, and he's just over here.
Time to go on as we go.
Alright, so we're going to start out with this sheet right here. Now, the cellular radio telecommunication device and electronic signaling device policy.
I will play the video of the handbook being right after this.
Huh?
We'll play the video of the handbook.
Who did the video?
My principal. Just stating on the other stuff.
Okay, so I'll play back a video from the school principal too. And if anybody from, say, Namco, Illinois, sees this video, this is for you. So, the cellular radio telecommunication device / electronic signaling device policy. Get a drink here, and we'll get started.
Let me pull up the handbook over here.
And we'll have a handbook video.
If I can open it.
So, I'm going to have you read this. Now, what they don't tell you, if you put your phone in the locker,
but what they don't tell you on the paper.
and what they don't tell you on this paper, if you leave your phone in the locker and it's left turned on, it counts as a violation.
Even if you're not even on it.
Even if you're not on it. So,
well, at least that's what I got out of it.
that's what we're getting out of it. So here we go. In order to maintain a quiet and orderly learning environment, students are not allowed to use or have turned on any electronic signaling and cellular radio telecommunication devices while at St. Elmo Junior / Senior High School during the hours of 8 a.m. Central Daylight Time to 3:20 p.m. Central Time, which means that it'd be 9 a.m. Eastern and 4:20 Eastern. So, unless that student or students is authorized and has been approved by the administration or supervising faculty member, the students of St. Elmo Junior / Senior High School may store the cell phones that is not turned on. They have to be turned off in their lockers. The St. Elmo Junior / Senior High is not responsible for any lost or stolen cell phone items. And that also includes your iPad, your CD players, whatever. Hello, Squiddle. But you're not allowed to have those either. So we'll get to that here in just a second.
I just downloaded the handbook.
Okay. And we'll have the handbook too. And don't tell your principal we did this.
You know.
Well, he probably thinks, hey, the word's getting spread out. So moving on. During extracurricular events and activities such as ball games, concerts, dances, or plays, cell phones may be used with discretion. The St. Elmo Junior / Senior High School expects students to exercise due care and common courtesy when using cell phones during extracurricular activities. A phone is available in both the male and female athletic offices for students to use after games and practices. If a student needs to call a parent or guardian during a dance, the supervising staff member can access a telephone in the teacher's workroom. Electronic signaling devices, which actually includes but is not limited to pocket and all similar electronic paging devices. Cellular radio telecommunication devices includes but is not limited to personal digital assistant devices, laptop computers, walkie-talkies, and devices which incorporates voice communications and can function as a cell phone. The use of a personal digital assistant device and laptop computers for instructional purposes only is generally prohibited, but the administration and or the classroom teacher may limit the access or use. They will limit that use. So, moving on.
Once we're finished,
once I finish this front page,
we'll open up the handbook.
And then we'll read this back. Or should we do this whole page?
Just do the whole page
okay.
first. It'd just be more reasonable.
And then, to the point on this page, the first black dot. Students are not allowed to have a laser pointer at school.
Because this is due to a PE teacher. She got blinded because someone's trying to flashlight into her eye and blinded her.
Okay.
So that's honestly reasonable.
Point number 2. iPods and related musical devices is not allowed.
Nobody even has those anymore, so.
iPods and related music devices are not allowed at school unless authorized and approved by the administration or supervising faculty member.
Those don't even exist anymore.
Now,
iPods don't anyway.
Finishing up this page. Yeah, iPods got phased out, what was it, probably 10 years ago?
2000 something, like 2005.
I was in junior high then.
It was like 2000 something. Maybe 2010, I don't know.
Ouch.
Y'all can correct this in there.
Mobile electronic devices, here's the definition. The definition of mobile electronic device for purposes of this policy will only include laptops, tablets, and e-readers.
Like Kindle or Amazon stuff.
Number 1, the use of mobile electronic devices must be for the purpose of education or research. And it has to be consistent with the educational objectives of the district.
And the only devices in that school are for the computer. There's only a computer lab and the Chromebooks that we use for daily use. So in the computer lab, obviously there's just computers with the tower, and in every classroom there's not tablets, but Chromebooks, some new ones, and then some iPads.
All right,
that just got there. So.
And number 2, the use of mobile electronic devices by students must be approved by the building level administration and the classroom instructor or supervisor. Number 3, the students will not be allowed to use a mobile device in a way that is in violation of the cellular radio telecommunication device / electronic signaling device policy.
Now for the high school, that's different because they have different roles in the high school building. Like where I'm not in the high school part yet, like 9th grade and all that. So that phone thing does apply to me, but whenever I reach 9th grade, the phone stuff is much different.
Number 4, when using a mobile electronic device at school, the only Wi-Fi connection that the student is allowed to use is a Wi-Fi connection provided by the St. Elmo CUSD number 202 district. All use of other wireless connections is strictly prohibited.
Now, I do know, I'd love to say this, but I will say this.
Don't link it on here.
I'm not going to because I don't want the school knowing what I can do.
The use of mobile electronic devices is limited to scheduled instructional class time and scheduled study time. Mobile electronic devices can only be used in academic classroom areas, the media center, and designated study hall / homeroom areas. Mobile electronic devices can only be used at the above times and locations with the approval and the supervision of a unit number 202 staff member. This is number 6. Any use of a mobile electronic device is strictly prohibited in non-academic areas, including but is not limited to locker rooms, restrooms, whether here or at another facility, where a school activity or athletic event is occurring. Number 7. The recording capabilities of a mobile electronic device can only be used with the permission of the building administration and the classroom instructor or supervisor. The recording capabilities of a mobile electronic device can only be used for the purpose of education and the most consistent with the instructional objectives of the St. Elmo Unit Number 202 School District. the students who use recording capabilities of a mobile electronic device inappropriately will face discipline consequences that could include a recommendation for expulsion from school. Number 8, excuse me. Students who choose to bring their personal mobile devices to school will understand that the school personnel will not be responsible for troubleshooting or supporting the use of that particular device a student brings. Number 9. Mobile electronic devices are popular theft items. The district is not responsible for loss, theft, damage, or vandalism to student mobile electronic devices. Students and parents are strongly encouraged to ensure that if students have mobile electronic devices in their possession, they should not leave them unattended or unsecured. The school district is not required to provide storage for any mobile electronic devices. Here is the disciplinary thing that they mention here.
So we're gonna go no dresses. Like, so many no dresses equals a lunch detention. So many no dresses equals an after school. So many no dresses equals...
Is a Saturday school?
No, kick out
of
PE. That's for like regularly lunch detentions. Now for substitutes, if you were to get kicked out of class or written up, that's not by them. That's by Mr. Principal.
Nice. Anyway,
Principal.
The discipline for misuse of mobile electronic devices. And this is big. Misuse of a mobile electronic device will result in disciplinary action, including but is not limited to devices being confiscated, the student not being allowed to bring a mobile electronic device to school, the student losing all network and computer access privileges while in school, the student being removed from a class, or any other discipline consequences referred into the consequences will be referred to in the student handbook. Up to recommendation for expulsion. If necessary, the other appropriate discipline or legal action may be taken as the situation warrants. Go ahead and play that.
Oh, the handbook, I have to pull out my phone now. I could not get the video because it's not public. Thank you, Mr. Principal guy. So I'll just use the PDF document. Close that. No. This again, loading. This is just going to be very quick, hopefully. If not, it's okay. Table of contents.
Here we go.
Hold up. This is just the blah blah for that. So we gotta go up to the first one. This is for like penalties, like absence is absence is excuse, and then absence is that's the second one. Prearranged, then finally after your third absence is unexcused, then the procedure to accredit, you know what that word, consequences, range, and this is the table of contents. Now there's like backpacks, double back, blah blah blah, and all that have purses. Okay, I'll just get to the best, like the stuff that's actually important. There it is. That's looks good. Ah, there it is. rules and procedures as currently practices as subject to change. Blah blah. St. Elmo High School is accredited by the Illinois Office of Public Instructions and meets all requirements of laws.
Here.
Just, and then let me just zoom in so you can read the daily procedures and all that. Just if my phone dies, then we'll have to charge up my phone when we get here. Or I can do the thing for your phone and you can read it off on your other phone if we have to. And then I know a thing that can.
So here is what we're looking at.
Some daily procedures. Just daily what we do every day.
Where's that X? You got me on number 8, dude.
That's where I was at, man. What do you mean? I think I was on number 8.
No.
Hand me my phone. Let me look. Okay. It's just that, yeah, we were on number 8, man. It's just that zoomed out. You don't want to touch the screen. I mean, you'll have to touch it, obviously, to scroll down, but if the thing dies, we'll have to...
we'll just do what we can.
We'll just do it on your phone.
No, we'll just do what we can. All right. Here is the bell schedule, which we don't necessarily have to run now, do we?
We can.
All right. Daily procedures. Starting out with the bell schedule. Win/breakfast. Spelled W-I-N.
Yeah, that's what the win is.
Okay, from 8:05 a.m. to 8:50 a.m.
Yeah, which win is just like a study hall.
Okay. And then first hour starts at 8:53 a.m. and goes till 9:35.
For me, is either homeroom or PE, which for me is PE.
Second hour is 9:38 a.m. from 10:20 to 10:20.
That is either math or science. Math or English.
Third hour is 10:23 a.m. to 11:05.
And that is hold on. So first hour is either math or English, and then the second hour is either English or math. So it alternates to that.
Fourth hour.
That is science.
Fourth hour is 11:08 a.m. to 10:50 a.m. High school lunch 1 goes from 11:05 a.m. to 11:35. Fifth hour, high school class, is 11:38 a.m. to 12:20 p.m. High school lunch 2, 11:50 a.m. to 12:20 p.m. The junior high class runs from 11:53 a.m. to 12:35. Junior high lunch. Oh, excuse me.
It's like 12 something.
12:35 to 1:05.
Yeah, that's my lunch.
Then class, which would run from 12:23 p.m.
My lunch is social studies, history.
and 12:23 p.m. to 1:05.
And then after.
Seventh hour runs from 1:08 to 1:50.
Yeah.
Eighth hour runs from 1:53 p.m. to 2:53. 2:35, excuse me.
The final hour.
2:35 is the end of eighth hour. Then the last hour runs from 2:38 to 3:20.
Which for me is math or PE, which for me, not math or PE, either PE, homeroom, or band.
Alright, let's just do the absences here. It is the physiology of St. Elmo Junior High / Senior High School that good habits of school attendance will carry over into adult life. Our attendance procedure is a outgrowth of this philosophy. We believe that a part of success in school and in adult life has to be attributed to good attendance.
Yeah, right.
Absence procedures. When a student is absent, the parents or guardians must call the high school office by 8:45 a.m. I'm not going to run the number off, so not on YouTube.
Because we don't want their
I don't need the high school number leaked out. The students who are absent must report to the school office or attendance office up on their return to the school and submit a written statement from the parents and or guardian regarding the reason for the absence.
Okay. For the written statement from a parent, they no longer let you do that. They may say they will, but trust me, I have been in that school for about...
I'm going to do this to keep your phone from...
About a couple years now. Well, 2 years now.
Okay.
About 2 years.
I'm going to do this to keep your phone from shutting off on me.
But about 2 years now, and every time they had said that you are not able to have a parent sign off.
All right. Number 3. The parents / guardian or guardians should provide a written statement upon the child's absence.
Which, as we had said, doesn't work. I've had that. We've been told that many times before in school, so.
It's up on the child's return to school. The students that want to make up the work, homework, or quizzes or tests must have their notes in the office upon the return to school. If the student does not bring a note to the office upon return to school, the student will not be allowed to make up any classwork or test.
Okay, can I?
Go ahead.
Now, for the notes thing, like if you miss work and you need to go to the office to get it, they do not have it.
But it says here, the students still may be required to take a test or hand in an assignment.
For the assignments, yes, the tests.
On assigned dates, and the grades will be assigned and recorded as a 0.
No.
That's what it says here.
Okay, let me bring on another thing here. Now, for turning in stuff late, they will actually count it as graded work, but
It'll only be half.
it'll only be like half credit. But for tests, they do not count as half. If you were sick for only 1 or 2 days, they will have you take that test, but it'll be that day or the day after. And for homework, they do grade it. They do not count it as a 0. That is 100%
Okay.
lie.
The grade will depend on when the student's note is turned into the office and whether it is counted as a excused or unexcused absence.
Oh, okay, then I don't.
A written statement by the parents and or guardians should include the student name, the date of absence, and the reason for the absence, telephone number or verification, and signature of the parents or guardians. Number 5. The students who are signed out of school by their parents to attend a doctor's appointment must still provide documentation from the doctor upon their return to school to have their absence excused. Absence of 3 or more consecutive days will require a doctor's excuse. The school district are required to make a responsible effort to notify the parent or guardian of a pupil in grades K through 12 if he or she is absent from school without a valid cause or proper notification from the parent. PA 84-178 defines reasonable efforts as the telephone notification within 2 hours after a pupil's first class.
This is my first time hearing this.
Oh yeah. It is the parent's responsibility to notify the school before the start of the school day.
Yes, that is
Number
true.
9.
Can I say something? I don't
Go ahead.
know. Okay, so how for the parent part of them signing out, that's not even, that's just bogus. They don't even let a parent within that school to sign their kid out. They think that since that kid's old enough to sign them out on their own, which is perfectly fine, but now with with the doctor's thing, the parent does not have to go in there, but the calling of the parent of the school is yes. Now, like, all this other stuff is new to me because the school doesn't even read the full handbook in the video.
Yeah, I can kind of figure. So we're going to do the same thing.
We're not going to read the whole handbook.
Nope, I'm just going to read what...
We're just going to read more.
I'm just going to read this right here.
You're just going to read the whole book, or end it, because I think it ends where it's like the Dylan's Law or whatever.
Well, we ain't going to that in this stream.
Yeah, you would probably do that on Facebook or something.
Yeah, we'll do that on a
different time, not right now.
So just stay tuned because we're going to be doing this in different parts. Hey, this cord's charging your phone.
Yeah.
While I'm using it.
Isn't the Android cord? And yeah, it will.
All right. Failure to bring.
Failure to bring what?
Bring a note home from up on returning to school from an absence will result in an unexcused absence, which
Yep.
means the work cannot be made up for any work credit.
That is not true. That is so much amount of right there.
Alright, excused absences. Modifications will be necessary as necessary due to COVID-19.
Yeah,
Because they're watching another spike from summer with school back in session, evidently.
No, that's
Anyway.
an old handbook, so some of this is old stuff.
Okay, well, that's why I'm not going to read all of it. I'm just going to read this.
Well, it is an updated version. I will hold that into play, but the video I watched was
Outdated?
An outdated
Okay.
from like a year or two ago.
A unexcused absence. Okay, like I said, the students shall be permitted no more than 10 excused absences per school year based upon rental confirmation. For the reasons of the absences, after the student has been excused 10 times during the school year, a written doctor's excuse will be required for any additional absences. After the 10 excused absences, the school will be required for any. Okay, the school office will notify the parent and or guardian by mail.
I don't know
Beyond
that. I can tell you that.
Beyond the 10 excused absences, future excused absences will be limited to death in the family, a family emergency requiring the absence of the student, or other reasons as determined by the administration to have necessitated an absence. The reasons for such absence must be verified by the parent or guardian. If the absence is verified by a doctor's office excuse before the student has reached the limit of 10 days of excused absence, then that absence will not count toward the 10 days permitted in this section. Go ahead.
Now, they do, so if you have like extremely bad grades or if you're not behaving properly, they will bring out the good old the weekend schools. They will,
Saturday school. The school.
Yeah, Saturday school and Sunday school.
Oh, nice.
And now this has never been seen. It's only been seen like once, and that was like 2016 or something.
Okay.
So that was like a long, long time ago. That's been like how many years ago?
So
8 years ago.
Oh, this is 2024. Take it.
So about over 8 years.
It's been about 8 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on.
The school's kind of crooked too, so.
Anyways, moving on. Students who have been referred to the Regional Office of Education for truancy services will not be allowed the 10 excused verifiable
That's something
absences.
they did not go over.
These students will be required to have a doctor's statement to validate the absence for the remainder of the school year or until the student is off the truancy RAP list. Excused absences excused absences provide for the privilege to make up work missed during the time of the absences. It is the student's responsibility to check with his or her teachers concerning the make-up work. A parent or guardian or designee may work after 3:30 p.m. by making arrangements with the office prior to 9 o'clock a.m. A child may receive an excused absence from school for the following reasons. 1. Illnesses with a note from parents and or guardian. A family emergency. Pre-approved family vacation with parents or legal guardians or grandparents. 4. Doctor's appointment with required documentation. Authorized religious observance, in accordance with the 5-26-2B of the Illinois School Code. Number 6, a pre-approved college visit for juniors and seniors only with proper documentation. Participation in school-sponsored activities. Number 9, a court appearance with verifying a subpoena or legal document and other proper documentations. Number 10, situations beyond the student's control as determined by the Board of Education and / or superintendent / building principal or such other circumstances which cause reasonable concern to the parents or legal guardians for the safety or the health of the student. Number 11, mental health. A student is only allowed 5 per ISBE.
Which I don't know what that means.
I don't either, but that's what it said. Unexcused absences. A student who receives an unexcused absence will receive a 0 for any graded work missed during that unexcused absence.
Okay, can I get something out?
Yep.
Now, I don't know if this is the same for everybody, because I know the viewers that is watching is not from all around this area that we're from. But for us, if you take a mental day, that day you automatically get 100 in each class for every subject for any work you've done, and you don't have to do a single day of work. So for that, I don't know if that's the same in like Germany or whatever, or whoever's watching from Germany or anywhere like that. If it is, then just let us know. Anyway, continue.
All right. The students will be allowed to make up assignments and take tests where assigned or taken during the unexcused absence, but they will receive a 0 on those assignments or tests.
No, they won't. That's not true.
This will allow the student to keep up with the classwork even if suspended from school. Teachers will critic work, but the grade will be a 0.
Whenever you're done,
Almost with this part. If it was due to during a unexpected absence. A student absence shall be considered unexcused when. Go ahead, I'll read.
Okay. Now, for the suspensions, there's 2 different kinds. One where you're actually not doing anything, you're just at home. And well, I don't know if you get work for being suspended from school or not. But now, if you're in an in-school suspension, which means you're in the building physically, just not present in classes, and you do get work, I think. Well, I do know you get lunch, but I don't know about work, but I do know that. Okay, continue that.
All right. Here is the instances you will be marked as unexcused. The student is truant. Number 2, job hunting and or interviews. Number 3, grooming appointment for visiting and or social gatherings. Number 5, shopping. 6, preparation for prom, homecoming, etc. 7, missed bus. 8, college visit which is not approved, which hasn't been approved in advance.
I don't know about the college visits.
Number 9.
So couldn't tell you all that.
Number 9. Cutting class / skipping school. 10. Acquiring a driver's license. Number 11. Overslept. 12. Birthday and or other celebrations. Number 13. Celebration. Gotta love it. Number 14. Employment unless schoolwork related programs. Number 15. Parents / guardians fails to notify the office of the absence prior to or upon the student's return. Number 16. Student has more than 10 days excused absences as described in the excused absence section. Number 17. Hunting, fishing, and attendance at athletic or sporting events not sponsored by the school. Number 18. Any situation in which the student leaves the school without an excused dismissal. Number 19. Failure to provide a note when returning to school from an absence.
I don't know about that either, but you know.
Number 20. And we'll get to the offenses.
Anyway.
Nice. Okay.
What was
Alright, number 19. We said failure to provide a note when returning to school from the absence. Here's number 20. Any other reason so determined by the office as not being equivalent to or greater than the educational experiences at school. Alright. I'm going to do as much as I can and then we're going to end it.
And they'll probably do something.
If I don't get through it, which I might just get it all done.
Maybe, depends.
Well, the phone's charging, so.
So you probably won't be able to do it.
As long as I got it plugged in, I'll be able to run through it.
We did not go through the first two things, but the first two things is just table of contents.
Yeah. So
just stating simple little things. That's nothing important.
So unexcused absences, which will result in the following disciplinary measures being taken on a semester basis. All right. So we got 9. It looks like 10 offenses here. First offense, a student conference. The second, student conference. Third, lunch detention.
Which the lunch detention means go down to the AER room and to sit there. Which,
okay.
If you're wondering what AER means alternative education room.
Okay.
So they go to the alternative.
Number 4, another lunch detention.
In the alternative education.
Now, the 5th offense, after school detention. 6th offense.
Which means it's like a couple of minutes after school's out, like till like 12. So like 3:30, I think.
After school, number 6. Same thing, after school detention.
And then so many. And then
7th, alternative education room.
Which means in school.
Same thing with 8th offense.
In school, probably.
9th offense,
suspension.
Saturday school detention. On the 10th, alternative education room for 2 days.
2 whole days? That's not that bad. I survived that.
When the student's unexcused absences exceed 6 days in a semester, notification will be made to the Regional Office of Education. The student will be referred to the truant officer. If the student continues to be absent from school resulting in unexcused absences, the truant officer will file a truancy petition at the state's attorney. With the state's attorney.
We will probably get into that. I don't want to know what that means.
Which you could end up going to jail for truancy. Or your parents will.
Yep.
That's exactly what that means.
Now, if here's a little insight that you don't want to do in this kind of school that I'm in. Even though my school is crooked as all get out. Now, this is what one of my friends did. Well, friends' brothers did. I don't know if, well, if you like flip desks and like walk out of the school building and like flip teachers off, that will equal automatically kicked out of the school and sent to the alternative school. And you cannot fail that alternative school either. It's pretty easy. And they also give, like, if you want to, you can actually get, like, fast food and stuff. So it's
nice.
Better. It's better than the school we're in. Anyways. So, like, if I ever went there, well, I don't want to. But if someone ever went there, if I ever went there, I would not be complaining because I hate this school we're in. It's, like, very crooked. It's very.
All right.
It's not very good.
Now here we go on. A prearranged absence. If a student has an anticipated absence, the following procedures should be as followed. 1. The student should pick up an advance notice from the school office. This form does not guarantee an excused absence. Number 2. Parents/guardians must send the advance notice form to school indicating the days and times for the anticipated absence. Number 3, the student will present the written advance notice from the notice form to the office for approval. 4, The student must follow the office's instructions for informing each teacher of the absence. The student must make arrangements for makeup work with each teacher before before the absence even occurs.
In this school, the informed absence like early, like the day before.
Okay.
That automatically becomes an excused thing. I can tell you that because that's an out.
And then we're going to end it right here on this number 5. Then next time we do this again,
Which will
be tomorrow. We'll start on the bottom part of page 12 with the tardy procedure.
I'll just delete the app. I'll still have the file on my phone.
Okay.
So I can just reopen.
Number 5. The student must make arrangements for makeup work with each teacher before the absence. The makeup work is completed according to the teacher's directives. Alright. So,
no directions.
what we're going to do tomorrow, we'll continue this video. Again, I'll be after my brother gets out of school. So, as the where we're going to leave off at, we'll be here on page 12. And we'll start with the tardy procedure when we come back. And I'm going to read everything. I don't care if I have to do it in different. So, with that said, thanks for watching this quick little update video. And we'll see y'all next time. And before I go, I just want to remind y'all, Jesus loves you. God bless.
Okay. Is it end now?